Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. I want to thank you for joining, for subscribing, for sharing, and for commenting. I really appreciate it. I hope you all had a great week, and I hope your week coming up is magical. So today my topic is other ways to be healed by the Galactic Federation of Light. And as usual, they started off with a poem, and the poem today is titled Be Healed. So while I'm reading this, I want you to visualize a beautiful forest. I also want to tell you that because we're only energy, that you can connect to the energy of anyone or anything or even any place just by visualizing it. So if you can't get into a forest, if you're not close to one or weather permits or whatever, you can visualize one that you're familiar with and actually put yourself there and draw the energy from that forest. And you can ask too if you want, while you're thinking about it. Anyway, be healed. When you are stressed, the best thing to do is go into nature, a healing place for you. Surrounding yourself with their energies, wrapping you into their arms. All you need to do is ask. They will send you love, not harm. Reminding you we are one with all that is. Calling nature spirits, they will also give. They are your friends and your family too. Always here, always available for you. Get into the habit of knowing this too. Not always needing family and friends around you, as human energies can also confuse you. Not knowing what they do or what they are even going through. We were not taught how we can be healed just by walking through nature, being at ease, being protected by all, plants, flowers, and trees, even water streams. They are happy to help. They are here for you. Walking through a forest, sing away your blues. I don't know about you, but if I could build a house in the forest, I would be very, very happy. Anyway, so much of us needs to be released from all our lives coming up. Feeling sad, headaches, extremely tired, dizzy, nauseous, having stomach issues, food issues, having a hard time digesting. This is all going on. Releasing, not only releasing your past and present, but also what it's doing is getting rid of old memories. Everything needs to be released so you can move through this illusion that keeps staring back at you. Everywhere you turn, nothing is here but heartburn. In your face, constantly, the negatives of this human race. It's why you must forget how life was before this virus kept you indoors. Nothing good from before. Must release ego control, keeps you lost, keeps you fearful, keeps you from your guidance. So what that means is, in the past, our egos, in a sense, protected us. But now that we are evolving and our bodies are going into crystalline. So a lot of this has to do with the feelings that we're feeling also. But your ego gets in your way if you're new at meditating or trying to connect with your intuition. Uh, the first thought that comes to your head is your guidance, and then your ego steps in and tells you differently. So you need to be mindful of that. The moment you become aware of the ego in you, it is strictly speaking no longer the ego, but just an old, conditioned mind pattern. Ego implies unawareness. Awareness and ego cannot coexist. And I quoted this from Eckhart Tolle. Negative emotions is your indicator of resistance, while positive emotion is your indicator of allowance. And they are on the same meter: allowance, resistance, allowance, resistance. And I quoted this from Abraham Hicks. So I'm going to draw a picture here for you. I mentioned last week about how I've been watching historical shows on Netflix, and my guides have been guiding me to that. And what's interesting is the first show I watched was the 17th century. Then the next show was actually the 14th century. Then the next show was the 12th century, 1200. And now, lo and behold, I'm watching the 900 year. The year, I don't even know if that's if that's even a century, but it's the year 900. Now, there's always a reason for everything. And I'm very analytical. So I put together in my head, what are the themes of all these shows? Well, yes, it's about England and France and Scotland and queens and kings. The 900th century also has kings. But what is the picture here? Think about this. You are a sum total of all your lives. Now, I just found out that I spent time with my twin flame in the year 1000. And back then I was a princess. Does it matter? No, because I've been a lot of things. I mean, I've been a priestess. Some of you have been priestesses and queens and kings. Some of you have been maids and been slaves. I mean, everything we experience. We experience all the races, not just white or black. Because in truth, race doesn't exist, religion doesn't exist, sexes don't exist, male, female, because in truth we are male and female, which needs to be balanced. Now, you have your right brain is your female side, your left brain is your male side. If you are male, you can be too much male, you can be too much female. You want to balance that out. And the same with women. But in any case, getting back to the theme of our past lives, what influences current life? Because all of these lives influence your current life. Doesn't matter if you don't remember, because eventually you will. But people are pretty much trying to understand God. Who is God? What pleases God? All his work comes through religion. Now, I didn't Google when religion started, but whoever created it screwed us all up, to be honest. And it's still affecting everyone. People were so lost. And like I had mentioned last week, there was all these religious wars, Catholic and at that time it was Catholic and Protestant. And if you believed the Protestant way, then that was God's way, and you had a right to eliminate anyone that was the opposite religion. And this is what kings did. They killed people who didn't follow their religion. And like I mentioned last week, that's absolutely craziness. But there are devout religious people who still believe not to kill others, but are so judgmental. Now, is judging others God's way? No. Is killing others God's way? No. Nothing evil is God's way. And then again, whether you know this or not, you are your own God. You are your own creator. So you create whatever you think and whatever you believe. And if you're miserable, you're obviously creating negative scenarios for yourself. So anyway, how can religion make any sense? Because it divides everybody. And we are not divided. We're not even separate. I'm not separate from you. You're not separate from me. If you think I'm horrible, that reflects you. If you think I'm wonderful, that reflects a part of you too. So everyone just reflects you. And religion was not created from God, because we are our own God. And what is the real reason, or one of the big reasons why we're here? Other than the fact that we wanted to be here to be through this ascension, because we know the outcome already, and it's a new time of history, because what we're going through now has never happened before. Because anyway, everything has been fear-based. So we came here to learn unconditional love. What have we been taught? To search outside of ourselves for love. To look for a person who's going to complete you when apparently you don't think you're complete yourself. You don't need someone to complete you. You need to complete yourself. Or you are already completely yourself and you just don't realize it. You don't look outside of yourself for answers, because remember, everybody outside of you is just a reflection of you. So find your own answers. So we came here to learn about unconditional love of self, unconditional love of every part of yourself, which is all the parts that are in your face. All the people are you, so you need to love unconditionally all those other parts. So if your friend or your neighbor is black, it's a reflection of you. You love black, you love white, you love Asian, you love anything, because in reality, that's an illusion. Because when you leave your body, you're not male or female. You're not gay or heterosexual. You are not Asian or black or white or yellow or green. You're none of that stuff. We're just energy. We are nothing else. And this is why you can connect to energy anywhere in the world, whether you've been there or not. That's what you can do. But you also pick up other people's energies, other people's thoughts, other people's ideas. So this is why you love yourself, you trust yourself. You trust your guidance. And if you have any questions, you don't go outside of yourself, you go within. You connect within, you connect with your higher self. That's all you need to do. This is where you're being guided to do this. And all the evil that's been going around the world, that if you want to share, that's fine, but don't share it and judge them at the same time, because you're not being any better than they are when you start judging people. So, in any case, getting back, all rulers from the beginning of time, when we switched out of our true selves, have been corrupt. The kings, the queens of yesteryear, and all the rulers of this year, and all the rulers in the 20th century, the 19th century, the 18th century. I mean, King Henry VIII decided that he had a relationship with God, and God told him to kill people that were Protestant. Now, where does this come from? I don't know. But there's people now in 2020 who think that way still. Back in 1000, they had bride prices. Where that came from, I don't know. But I know that same thought is in Africa. In Africa, if you want to marry I guess it's an African woman, or any woman, if you're male, you have to pay a price. So you see, I'm bringing this up because a lot of third world countries still follow medieval times even before that. And Europe didn't get rid of the history. So the energy is all over Europe. There's still castles in Scotland, that are not lived in, but were lived in before, by these people. By you, maybe. You might have been there. Do you see what I'm saying? And so some of your thoughts and some of your ideas, some of your fears, and some of your aches and pains come from those period times of when you lived there before. So, why do I bring this up again? Because we're a sum total of all that we've ever been. Energy of all evilness exists on our land still. Now, we have had the cabal doing massive amounts of evil, yet so many are deep in it. Judgments, lies, murdering, etc. Do you truly want to go back to the way it was before the virus? Because nothing from after the change until even now has been good. Nothing. And a lot of you still don't know. Even I don't know all the truth that's going to be exposed. But let me tell you, it makes the stuff that was going on back in the 14th century nothing compared to what you have been living in without your knowledge currently. Now, what do you do? Seriously, what do you do? Well, if you're awakened, you know what to do. If you're just awakening, you don't really know, but you will. And then there's all those people who don't have a clue. Don't even have a clue. And so you need to heal yourself first, because everything comes from you. Everything. Everything you see, everything you believe, everything you think comes from you. What you think, what you believe, it all comes from you. So if you are all about unconditional love, then what else do you see on the planet but unconditional love? You don't see anything else. So if you are judging and doing that, living in fear, then you need to focus on self-love, unconditional love. And that means loving everything on the planet, every person, the air, the water, the animals, the insects, everything that exists. So you forgive all others that harmed you. And like last week, I told you, you forgive people from your past lives. People you don't even remember. You just take them all and put them in a bunch. And say, everyone from my past life, whoever you are, however I harmed you, however I hurt you, if I murdered you, if I caused you pain, please forgive me. And I forgive everything and anything you have ever done to me. And you clear it that quick. It's easy to do, but you need to practice, and practice because you're not used to being your true self. You stop trying to live your old life. This is what we are right now in intense school. You're learning about how nature heals you. Your guides are there, just ask. You learn how to relate to your higher self. Now, your higher self is your multidimensional self. Some of this might seem repetitive to you, but you do need reminding. We are not one person. I am Maxine. This is what you see. But I'm multidimensional just like you are. So there's parts of me doing other things. And one of your parts of you is your higher self. The higher version of you. The unconditional love of you. The spiritual side of you. The light. The angelic you. The one who knows everything, knows what you don't remember, can guide you to your safety, through your journey, even through your food. Now, with all of this stuff going on, I don't know about you, but my higher self has had me eliminate, so far for the past 3 weeks, all vegetables. Now, I'm not telling you this because that's what you need to do. But what you need to do is start even asking your higher self what the best food is for you to take at this time, because your body is changing. So don't follow all these diets and don't follow any of that stuff. Only follow your higher self. Now, sometimes my higher self wants me to have crackers, and that's it, nothing else. No protein. Sometimes I only eat protein. So remember, your body, your DNA, everything is being restructured. This is why we're having stomach issues. I mean, I haven't been able to drink coffee now for a couple of weeks. It's been causing massive pain in my body. Coffee. So I have to ask, can I have it today? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know about you, but I don't like having these stomach and digestive issues. So anyway, you focus only on the present moment. Now think about it. You can think about a breakup, a loss, a death, anything prior to this moment, and it brings you to a low place. But everything that's happened before the present moment is an illusion. Now, your future, you created by your thoughts. If you wake up every day and say you hate the world and it's awful, then you'll stay stuck in that thought until you change it. If you fear your future, fear aging, fear sickness, then you're going to draw that to you. Because the Cabal knew that we are our own creators and that what you believe is what you think is what you create for yourself. And they have you creating nothing good for yourself. So again, don't go back. Don't go forward. Stay present. Every present moment is a new beginning, is a new life, is a new time for you. And I also want to bring up that people who have been born with lots of money or a spoon in their mouth, or people who put their focus, even now, because people still do, on making that money, that dollar amount, just like people in business, football people, sports people. Some sports people refuse, I am not going to play unless I get $20 million a year. Where are these people coming from? They're coming out of, they're stuck in the illusion. And do they want change in this world? Oh, hell no. Because if you could make $20 million a year, you can block out anything you want. Think you can. You can still get depressed and sad, and you can still get stomach aches and everything. You have no idea why. But you know what? You can just fly on your jet, get in your boat, enjoy your illusional life. Because it is an illusion. You're not here to make billions of dollars. You're not here to own a $2 billion house. You're not here to wear all these fancy clothes and name brand purses and shoes and all that garbage. You're not here for any of that. You came here to experience your truth. You came here to learn unconditional love. You came here to change the world and get rid of the illusion and live in paradise. So focus on that future only. Know in your heart that only the best is coming. Know that you can heal yourself with your thoughts. And just like I've said a million times before, to heal yourself is not to focus on what goes on around you, because still there is nothing going around you that is love, that is truth. Everything on the news, everything on television, all the movies that were made, all the movies that are coming out, all of the shows, all of Hollywood, it's all done, gone. Forget about it. It's the illusion. It's not where you want to be. So forget about it. It doesn't even exist anymore. What exists for you? Wake up being grateful, reading poetry, writing, singing, dancing, frolicking in the forest, in the woods, watching historical shows on Netflix to see what your life was way deep in the past. Whatever. But you can sit in a chair in a park, smell the trees, ask them for healing, watch the birds, look at the colors, look at the sky, look at the clouds, find elementals in your house, in the trees. That's what you focus on. And training yourself, teaching yourself, reminding yourself that you are love, you are powerful, And only say those things to yourself every day. Not I'm sick, I'm unhappy, I hate everyone. I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I'm broke. Because you're creating more of this. I am connects you to God. I am happy, I'm abundant, I am free. I can buy whatever I want, whatever I need. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am. And be that. Be your true self. Not the mask, not the illusion, not the veils that cover you. Take those veils and burn them. You can. You can do anything through visualization. You can visualize your future. You can visualize flowers and trees. You don't even know how magical life is and can be. I want to tell you one thing. When I used to own a home, the last home I owned, I had one rose bush. And they never, never grew roses. But on Mother's Day, every year, I had that house for 12 years. For 12 straight years, I had a rose on Mother's Day. That's not a coincidence, because nothing is a coincidence. Your guides give you gifts. They bring you money if you need it. They bring you whatever you want. You can ask and receive everything and anything. And I want to also remind you or tell you about the food situation. When we go to pure crystalline bodies, we won't even be needing food. And this is why I'm thinking that it's already starting now for people such as myself who are awakened, that we need the weight. And I'm gaining weight without eating food because of all the stuff that's going on, all the energies, all the change within our body, and transferring into a higher frequency. I'm assuming, I will probably know eventually soon, that food just bogs us down. So, know this. There are medical beds that will be released. Everyone will be healed. Everyone's body will change. All weight will be gone. All age will be gone. All sickness will be gone. We will be in crystalline bodies that can live for thousands of years. We have only the best to look forward to if you want to look into the future. Not going back to bars and running down at the ocean and drinking until you're passed out and trying to figure out where you can travel to, etc., etc., etc. Because one day you can go wherever you want. Just think, I want to be in Italy, and you're there. I want a steak, you'll have a steak. And it won't be a real steak, but it'll taste like a steak, it'll smell like a steak, and it won't hurt you. You see? So only good is coming our way. Remember this. So focus and work on yourself. Heal yourself. Heal your past. Heal your life. And that's what you only need to do. Spread light. That's all you need to do. If you wake up every morning, sit on a couch, eat lunch, go back to your couch, eat dinner, go back to your couch, go to bed, but you spread light, you spread rainbow light to the planet. That's all you need to do. I want to remind you one more thing. Visualize rainbow spheres shooting out to the planet, because those spheres already know who needs it and where to go, so you don't even have to direct its place. And that's all you need to do. That's it. So work on yourself, and please let me know how you're doing. And if you get stuck, ask me. I will help you any way that I can, either through email, Facebook Messenger, or you can comment right here below my video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a happy, healed life. And remember, the most beautiful world is unfolding right before your eyes. Be a part of that world sooner than later. Thank you.